Hey guys, welcome. This is my truck camper build part 2. And in part 1 was like 3 years ago. So now I'm gonna show you what I've changed and what I like and dislike. So here we go. Oh man, where do we start? So, man, I guess we'll start with the most important thing right here, the mattress. So I started out with a 4-inch, just a foam mattress, nothing crazy. And it was fine and all, but it wasn't the bee's knees. So I went and got this X-Pid mattress, and it's a foam / air, and it can like get really small. Like if you take all the air out of it, wrap it up, you can put it in a really small bag. But I really enjoy this. For video's sake, I took the sheets off and my blankets off and stuff. But usually I have a sheet on this, and my blankets, pillow I really enjoy this mattress. It is the bee's knees. And then like I still have my drawers here. Big mess. But anyhow, still got my stove and all that there. And then on the left side here, we got two new big components. So I got this Set Power fridge and freezer. And so one thing that I noticed living on the road, before I had this one here, I just had I had a Dometic, but it was a fridge or a freezer. It was just one compartment. And like I wanted sometimes I wanted like frozen fruit or just like some ice cream or whatever, but then I also wanted some vegetables, so I couldn't have them in the same area. And so I'm gonna try having a freezer and a fridge. And so far I really like it. I think that was a very good choice. This one here is the 35 quart, so this is the smallest unit. And so far I have no complaints. It doesn't draw a whole lot of power, and I don't know, it keeps my food cold, so that's a plus. But here it is right here, and I didn't do anything crazy with mounting it. I just, for keeping it kind of secure, I just have some 2x2s right here, just hold in from coming back, and some rope from it bouncing up and down. Yeah, nothing too crazy. There we go. And like I don't really have anything in here now, but that's like I have this section here as a freezer, and this section here is a fridge. I'm kind of low on food, as you can see. And then here we go, guys, the summer saver. So I got this Zero Breeze in the spring, and I'm not exactly sure what to say about it. It's nice, but it's also not that nice. The not so nice part might be because I don't have it vented. Well, that one there, that vent takes up the hot air, but the exhaust, no, not the exhaust, but the intake is right here. And I was like, why won't this work? Why won't it work to have intake inside and not have it vented? And I guess I'm not sure if it's just how it is, or if it's because of that. But it doesn't get super cold in here like I was hoping. Like it only drops a couple degrees. The Zero Breeze does like it advertises. It takes air that's in here and drops to 30 degrees. So if it's sucking in 100 degree air, it's 70 degrees here, or 90, 60 kind of a deal. So that part's okay. So what I do is, you really need to have this piece here, this vent. You need to have it blowing on you. And what I'm gonna do for this next summer is I'm gonna have like a little string that is attached up here. It comes down so I can hold it, so it can stay up like this here once it fall. So I'm gonna keep it up like that there, so it can blow cold air on me. And the battery, so what I've kind of figured out is for my next setup when I buy a new truck, instead of having a battery, I'm gonna have 200 amps of lithium batteries, and I'm just gonna have it plugged right into that, so I don't have to have an external battery. This battery is good and all, but it only lasts for like 3 or 4 hours on high, and like if it's hot out, you want it on high. You want, maybe not, I don't ever adjust the fan. The fan I keep the same, but cooling temperature I keep it at the coldest it can go, and that battery just isn't quite enough juice to make it like super nice. Like if you want to sleep in here for 8 hours, 9 hours, whatever it is, it's not that nice for that. But it does cool you down like for like 2 or 3 or 4 hours. So that's one thing that I'm gonna do. The next setup, I'm gonna get rid of this and have 200 amps of lithium battery. And but yeah, still got my compartments there and there. For my clothes. I don't think I really have much in here anymore. I got some stuff. One thing that I forgot is for the water that the Zero Breeze makes, I just stick this hose right into these buckets, these 2.5 gallon buckets. So I just take it off, stick it in there, and it's a good way to get more water if you're living on the road and I don't know, don't always want to stop and get water every like 3 days. So that's what I do. Like I could have like drilled a hole through here or in the back and just ran that way, but I was like, I really don't want to drill a hole in my bed of my truck. So that's what I chose to do. I started off with just using like water bottles, but it would fill those up pretty quick. So I started going with these here, and it works pretty good. But yeah, pretty much kind of all the same. One big thing that I did is I insulated the topper. So this is carpet that I bought at Lowe's. If you look closely, there's a lot of sagging parts. The glue, the adhesive that I used didn't really hold up too well. And I did this all by myself, and it's kind of like a 2-person job. But yeah, it's definitely not the most beautiful, but it works. So what I did is I used 1-inch insulation. Let's see if I can find it here. I guess there's some foam with it not sticking. But I just used 1-inch insulation up here, and how I got it to stick is I just used glue with blocks to keep it up, or I just used super glue to stick it up there quick. I did that with the whole thing. Like areas that the foam sheets couldn't get, I just used spray foam areas. And yeah, so far so good. Like I got some spray foam here. Like I thought it was gonna work better in the summertime, but it still stays pretty hot in here in the summertime and in the wintertime. Like right here and up stays warm, and then here down it stays cold. So like I'll put my hand down here, like I don't know, in the nighttime where everyone's cold, and this is all just freezing. But it's all this here stays nice and warm, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so what I did here is when I was traveling around, living back this thing, I had the windows in, and when it rained, it would drip down right here and drip up and get me all wet. And after sleeping in a bed that's all wet for a couple days or a week, you get irritated. So what I did is like I put silicone here and all around the windows to see if that helped, but it didn't. So what I did is I took the windows out and I glassed them shut. So all this here was glassed, if you don't think about this here. But I had all this glassed, and then I wanted some ventilation, so I put these windows in. These are just boat windows. As you can see, the paint's not really sticking too well, but yeah, I just put those in. These here, like, so the window I had before was like massive, and one thing that I did not think of is like volume. So before I could have that window open all the way up here, all this, and I could have a nice breeze going through, but with these small windows, there really isn't that much of a breeze. So that's one thing I learned. What I'm gonna do this spring is I'm gonna put in a fan, like right over there somewhere, like an exhaust fan that people use for like RVs and stuff to exhaust hot air. So I can make a wind kind of a deal. So that's what I'm gonna do there. But I really wanted to make this topper so it was won't get all wet. And yeah, so one thing that I'd really highly recommend is if you're thinking about going traveling in the back of a truck, the topper, when you're home, if you have the opportunity to make it waterproof so that rain won't get you wet. So like with this here, I had the window right here that would get wet, that would bring water in to here. And now, and you want to look at the seal. When you put the seal on, you want to be very like careful, and you want to do a very good job. So see right here how it's open. This here gets water into my truck. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to fix this, but one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3000 3M like marine adhesive. It's a caulk. It's not permanent sticking, but it's pretty nice. I'm going to stick that on the back side. I'm not going to stick it here. I'm going to stick it on the back side inside and see if that helps. But that's a very big key on sleeping in the back of your truck, is you want to try to keep this thing as waterproof as you can. And like I did like seals right here, and then I did a seal on the bottom. This seal on the bottom here kind of pops up every so often, so I just gotta put some more like super glue or something on there, stick it back. But one thing too is you want to watch this here. See how this gap's pretty big? You want to try to keep that gap kind of close, because this is where the water runs and then runs out. So you want to watch out for areas. And then when you open up the topper, water likes to drip right here. But that's how it goes. So what I did here to make it so I can suck the topper in after it was on, I put some rope. I drilled some holes, put some rope on both sides, so that when it was set, I could put a ratchet strap and I could suck it in, and then I could clamp it all down. So yeah, and then this is where I keep my fishing rods. Right there. Yeah, still got the solar panels up top. And this thing is the exhaust for my Zero Breeze. Then back here. So I met a guy before I left Minnesota, after I had this built. He's like, you're gonna want to have drawers here. I'm like, nah. Before I just had this here. I didn't have this here either. But I was like, nah, I don't need drawers. That's not that big a deal. I can just lift up and grab my stuff. Man, was I wrong. I put these drawers in last year, and this is so nice. Like, I have all my tools in here. Well, maybe, I guess most of them. But you just grab, like if you have whatever in here, you just pull it out, grab and go. Like, it's very easy to grab. Like if you have a bunch of stuff up here, like I like to carry like water cases in here. And like if I have my bow back here, whatever, it's hard to lift this up. So having this drawer here, these drawers are so nice. I think what I'll do next time is I'll have a third one. Instead of having this, that area right there, I would have a third drawer. So I have another access point. Because right here, this is so convenient, just grabbing and going. Like you could have like whatever in there. Like food or I guess whatever, and it's so easy to grab. And like for me, like when I'm grabbing my tools, I can just grab this whole thing and walk out there with all my tools. And I also have my drill and stuff back there. But yeah, that was a very big thing that happened with this truck, is just putting these drawers in, and it just like changed the whole setup, because I can just grab and go. Don't have to lift this up, don't have to put my hand down there and grab a few things. I can just grab everything and go. Then what I did is I found myself editing videos right here a lot with my computer. And my computer was like always dying because it didn't have any power. So what I did is I put a 12-volt plug here, and that's connected to the battery. And when you do connections, you always want to have a fuse on it. So I have a fuse that's connected from here to the battery. So the fuse is in between this and the battery. And it's nothing special, it's just inline fuse, nothing crazy. But then I use this inverter, this Milwaukee inverter. Also nothing too fancy. And that's how I do that. But I actually just did that a couple weeks ago, and that's a really nice setup, because then what I can do is, if I don't want to drain, like if I don't want to charge my phone off the truck and I'm just sitting here, I can grab this, stick that in there, and charge my phone right there. So I really like that idea. So yeah, we'll close everything up here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I changed. Some things are pretty massive, like the glass in the windows and all that, but one thing I forgot to say is I lost like 1.5 inches of headroom right here, and like I could have guessed I lost 3 feet. Like, losing that 1.5 inches of headroom is like crazy amount. Like, now it's so hard to get changed, hard to do anything in here. So what I do in back here, I just go to bed. Like, I don't do anything. Like, I don't hang out back here. I don't do anything other than just like sleep. I hop in, go to bed, hop out, and go out with my day. But yeah, I like how this refrigerator and freezer is right here. But yeah, losing that 1.5 inches of headroom, that was crazy. So the next setup I have, I'm gonna have a topper. I think a mid-size. I'm not too fond of the high toppers that stick up really high. I think they look kind of weird, but they're probably really functional. But the mid-size, I think that's pretty sweet. So I'll probably go with the mid-size topper. And yeah, and then I'm gonna insulate it again and all that stuff. But I think the insulation is a good idea. It's not like foolproof, but I like it. And yeah. There we go, guys. That's my setup. Well, a quick overview of my setup. That's stuff that I added. And if you have any questions about what I did or how I did it, just let me know in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to help you. Yeah, like comfort, I guess. It's nice to throw into a truck. So sounds good, guys. I'll have a great day and see you later. Bye.